Elder is the author of As Goes California. He joins me now along with Mike Huckabee, former Arkansas governor. And gentlemen, to you both, thank you so much for joining us. Governor, the media machine leading very heavy into the fear tactics here, calling Trump, I mean, equating him to Mussolini, to Hitler, desperately trying to conceal a nation that is collapsing by making Trump look like the problem.
Yeah, we've heard it all before. We've seen it all before. And here's what most Americans have the good sense to realize. When Donald Trump was president, we could afford gasoline, groceries, we could travel places. We didn't have people ripping down the American flag in front of our faces and shouting anti-Semitic comments like from the river to the sea, and have some incredible Jew hatred going on that is irrational and evil. We had a country that China was afraid of, Russia was afraid of. We didn't have a shooting war, and the world was at peace. We were controlling our southern border. Now, what these lunatics who are afraid of Trump and want to call him ridiculous names are afraid of, I have no idea. But the mess we're in now under Joe Biden, I'm more than happy to rid ourselves of that. And let's get Donald Trump back in as quickly as possible, because I kind of like the America First policies that he had going.
I kind of liked it when the chaos was just all manufactured by the media and we didn't have real chaos. Larry, it's ironic to hear the media, the left media, compare Trump to Hitler, and at the same time we watch the far left in this country, who are the people that read all of their newspaper articles and watch all their shows over the past month, have been cheering on an Israeli genocide. But Trump is Hitler, right?
Yeah.
Well, as the governor has pointed out, this is just standard Democrat tactics. I go back to Barry Goldwater in 1964 when he got nominated. The then governor of California said, and I'm quoting, "The stench of fascism is in the air." One sitting House member compared Ronald Reagan, his policies, to the precepts from the pages of Mein Kampf. George Soros compared George W. Bush to Joseph Goebbels, the minister of propaganda under Adolf Hitler. And as I point out in my book, As Goes California, when I ran to try to recall the governor of California, the LA Times referred to me as the black face of white supremacy. This is what Democrats do.
It's amazing. Governor, the reaction to Trump's plan to effectively install his own people and to try and subvert the resistance that we saw during his first presidency. You know, the D.C. bureaucracy actually subverted the will of the American people in the first term of Donald Trump. Nobody had a problem with that. But Trump's plan to fix that and to actually allow his administration to operate and do what the American people ask of it, fixing that problem is the alleged threat to democracy, according to the media.
Yeah, what a radical idea that a president or any elected official would bring in people who are philosophically on board with them. I mean, the good thing is that Joe Biden has done such a great job of bringing all the MAGA Republicans onto his administration and making sure that all of our institutions, especially the DOJ and the FBI, operated with a real sense of fairness. And that's why Liz Cheney's committee and all of those things have operated with such integrity and with such honor and with such balance. And if you can't see the satire and snark with which I'm speaking right now, then you probably believe that Donald Trump shouldn't bring people in who agree with him. He ought to bring in people who hate his guts and install them in the government. This is insane. I mean, Axios is stupid anyway. Jonathan Martin, who said some of these things, it's like you can't make this up.
It is something, you know, I mean, Larry, think about it. I mean, we had, it was a big message that I think the American people sent, you know, 7 years ago now, that they wanted a change in government. And the government's response to that when Trump got in was, hell no, we're not going to do what the American people want. We're going to keep running this ship exactly the same way, and we're going to subvert everything this man tries to do. And they were proud to do it. They wrote articles about it, and there were insiders that were praised. Anonymous was praised by the media as some kind of a hero for subverting the will of the people that wanted to change the way that this whole system worked and make it work for the people more. It's fascinating to see how tethered this media is to that institution, and how all of that just kind of works together and works kind of against the people. And as Biden collapses further, Larry, I wonder, you know, as these polls get worse, what else that machine is going to be capable of to block the will of the people again in 2024.
They're desperate.
Well, they've never forgiven Donald Trump for popularizing the expression fake news. And remember when Donald Trump announced in 2016, he was perceived widely as a joke. He was on CNN all the time. He was on MSNBC all the time, because every time he went on there, the ratings went up, although they did not take him seriously as a candidate. He begins picking off his rivals one after another after another. Now they realize they created a monster. They will never forgive themselves for underestimating Donald Trump and for giving him a lot of free publicity that ultimately propelled him to the White House.
Well said. Gentlemen, good to see you both. Governor Larry Elder, thank you so much. We appreciate it.